We're back. Welcome to the Nate Jones Story. Don't forget to subscribe to the Nate Jones Story as we get ready for Tyson Fury and USYK to go ahead and battle each other again. So USYK Fury 2 press conference is underway and we're getting ready to join it.
These guys don't need to mess around, we can go straight with it. And it's partly because I think the organisers out here have worked out, let's make it spicy, let's make it fast from the start.
And Carl, quickly, Tyson Fury's been different this week to how he was in May. No fun and games, a kind of darkness about him.
Yeah, that's what people are saying. And some people are taking that as a good sign. Other people that I've been speaking to, maybe not so sure about that. But I suppose we'll find out on the night what Tyson Fury is left, what he's got left in the tank. It was, look, the last fight was a difficult fight for both guys. Both guys were exhausted at the end. But I think one thing USYK is going to remember is how exhausted he was even to win the fight. But Fury's definitely coming in with a different attitude this time. Whether that's good or bad, I don't know yet.
We saw some absolutely epic stuff from Team USYK at the open workouts yesterday. The entrance off the boat was the same as Tyson's, but then when he hit the arena, it was absolutely incredible, really, the kind of folk music and the singer who scaled halfway up the stanchion on the right-hand side of the ring. He's kind of really owned being champion this week, I think, Steve. I know it's a well-worn route for him, but particularly he seems to love the crown.
You know, before I fought Fury, if you talk to him, he'd say, no. You'd say, you know, you're an unbelievable cruiserweight champion. You're undisputed. You travelled all around the world. Sometimes as an underdog. Sometimes it was hard. No. And you did brilliantly against Dubois, brilliantly against AJ, and he would say, no. Suddenly this week, and I was telling this earlier, Carl, he's changed. He's sitting down and going, yes, you know, I am a good fighter. I'm a great fighter. So he's kind of like he's grown into the role, Andy, like you're suggesting, that he now feels that he is that man. He is the undisputed. I know one crown's gone, but I'm still going to use the expression. He's undisputed. He's on the incredible sequence. He's the man. And perhaps it's almost like he's gone, yeah, but I don't have to play myself down. I'm the geezer.
There's still a humbleness about him, which is really, really nice.
Well, yeah.
So he didn't have himself in the top 5 pound for pound earlier on. Easily in the top 5 pound for pound.
16, he's put himself at 16, hasn't he?
16, something like that. But I mean, the guy. What we don't talk about USYK yet as a great, and we should already be doing that. What he's done as a cruiserweight and what he's done as a heavyweight, and say 22 fights or whatever it is he's had. Incredible. And I think in 10 or 20 years' time, people will be happy to say one of the greatest of all time. I can say it right now, USYK is one of the greatest fighters the world has ever seen.
Do you think that the preparations for Fury this time around will have been better? The obvious answer seems to be inevitably yes, because he's not nursing a cut. Last time out, he had the cut 3 months out, caused a postponement, it ended up being 3 months out. It wasn't ideal. He didn't really make anything of it, so people aren't really talking about it, but that's got to be a factor.
Yeah, it has to be a factor. There's been a little bit made out of it about it this week. I suppose that the questions are being asked, was that an issue? But of course it was a factor. He had a horrible cut. He couldn't really spar, probably how he would like to have sparred. He would have had to kind of nurse that the whole way through his camp, but this time he hasn't had to do that. So what we should see is a better Fury than the last time because of that, but he's at the age where, is he on the decline? That's another question that needs answered, and we don't know yet.
If a fighter's got a weak eyebrow, if a fighter's got old scar tissue, if a fighter's got a new cut, it doesn't matter what he puts over it, how he protects it, how much new skin he puts over it, how much gorge, how much tape he puts over it before he puts a head guard on.
Oh, we're going to be
opponent out as the fight.
2 fight, which some people seem to advocate. That's the easy way to be USYK. It's always amazing. I'm always amazed by how
from the beginning of the fight, then that puts you in a good place. Okay, we are ready to go. Here's Michael Buffer.
I mean, are we getting Michael Buffer? I hear Michael Buffer saying something, but I see his lips are moving.
From John L. Sullivan to Jack Johnson to the Brown Bomber Joe Louis to Rocky Marciano to Floyd Patterson, Ingemar Johansson. The list goes on and on. To Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, Lennox Lewis, the Klitschko's, Larry Holmes, they're all recognized forever in history for being called the undisputed world heavyweight champion. In about 50 hours, will it be revenge or will it be repeat? Ladies and gentlemen, 12 rounds of boxing on Saturday night here in Riyadh, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, for the heavyweight championship of the world. Let's meet the two warriors at this time. Coming first to the stage, his record stands at 34 victories, 24 big wins by knockout, only one defeat. He's looking for revenge with one draw. He is the heavyweight pride of the United Kingdom, the former lineal and two-time heavyweight champion of the world, the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury. And his opponent, ladies and gentlemen, his record stands at 22 fights, 22 victories, 14 wins by knockout.
What happened? What the hell happened? Oh, wow. I'm trying to figure it out.
Of the world. There's nothing that compares to that. From John L. Sullivan to Jack Johnson to the Brown Bomber Joe Louis to Rocky Marciano to Floyd Patterson, Ingemar Johansson. The list goes on and on. To Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, Lennox Lewis, the Klitschko's, Larry Holmes. They're all recognized forever in history for being called
They're having some
the
technical
undisputed
difficulties.
world heavyweight champion. In about 50 hours, will it be revenge or will it be repeat? Ladies and gentlemen, 12 rounds of boxing on Saturday night here in Riyadh, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, for the heavyweight championship of the world. Let's meet the two warriors at this time. Coming first to the stage, his record stands at 34 victories, 24 big wins by knockout, only one defeat. He's looking for revenge with one draw. He is the heavyweight pride of the United Kingdom, the former lineal and two-time heavyweight champion of the world, the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury.
Okay, here we go.
And his opponent, ladies and gentlemen, his record stands at 22 fights, 22 victories, 14 wins by knockout. He's an Olympic gold medal champion, and the heavyweight pride of Ukraine. He's the former undisputed and undefeated cruiserweight world champion, and now the reigning, defending, undefeated, universally recognized heavyweight champion of the world, Alexander Usyk. Let's turn it over to our master of ceremonies for this final press conference, Mr. dazn.
Well, thank you, Michael Buffer. Wow. I'll get those big fight fields when Michael Buffer is in town. Let's get a round of applause, please, for Michael Buffer. Well, ladies and gentlemen, these two gentlemen met in a ring of fire back in May. And on Saturday night, that ring of fire is reignited. I want to start off by hearing from Tyson Fury, the challenger this time. Tyson, we've spoken a few times this week. I've watched some of your interviews, and you said it's not about redemption, it's not about revenge, it's not even about regaining those titles. So I just want to know, what is it all about for Tyson Fury on Saturday night?
I'm going to dish out a whole lot of pain. I'm going to put this potter in the hair locker for sure.
Tyson, there seems to be an edge about you this week. What's happened? There seems to be an extra menace about you. Menace.
I've got nothing to say, apart from there's going to be a whole lot of hurt and pain in this fight you watch. That's all I've got to say. Talking's been done. You know, the first fight I took.
Hey.
Thank you, Tyson. Let's get an opening word from the defending champion, Alexander Usyk. And we've heard what it's all about for Tyson Fury. It's about causing pain, causing hurt. What is it all about for Alexander Usyk on Saturday night?
Доброго вечора всім, дорогі друзі.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, dear friends.
Зараз це тільки розмови, все буде 21 грудня в ринку. Зараз шоу, камери, 21 грудня буде все серйозно.
Now we have just a performance, talks, cameras, live, kind of show. Everything gonna be taking place on Saturday night, on the 21st.
Thank you, Alexander. I'll be looking to come back to you shortly as well. Let's bring in Hall of Fame boxing promoter Frank Warren. And Frank, what a time this is right now. The relationship between Riyadh season and boxing. Give us your thoughts on that.
I'm with you. We're sitting here watching a screen.
Fight will go the distance. He's in a great shape, great frame of mind for this fight, fighting mode. We're going to get an extra special event. Do not blink after the first bell.
Thank you very much, Frank. Well, as you can see, we've got a brilliant card as well. We've got fighters at various stages of their career. There is a young man sat on the end of their career. There is Muhammad, who's representing Riyadh, a real point to grassroots boxing coming through in this country. And this is fight number 2 for you, Muhammad. You did your country proud last time out on your debut on the Besbiev Bivol show. How much are you looking forward to doing it all again?
Thank you. Yeah, I've learned a lot in my debut, and I can't wait to showcase my skills this Saturday. I would like to thank His Excellency for giving me this opportunity and Gold Star.
And you got a tremendous ovation last time. You expecting the same as well in there?
Hopefully, inshallah.
Best of luck to you, Muhammad. Let's move to a fantastic heavyweight fight. Two of the most popular British heavyweights in most recent years, Johnny Fisher and Dave Allen, 10 rounds for the vacant WBA International Heavyweight Championship. And I'm going to start with Dave Allen here. I can see a lovely haircut. I can see a bit of a jawline. You look ready to go. Talk to us.
Hello, everyone. Just want to start by saying a big thank you to His Excellency and Riyadh Season. This is a dream come true for myself. On a personal note, yeah, I've got into career best shape. I was given a fantastic opportunity, and it's one I plan to take with both hands.
And also, I've heard you say that your man Johnny Fisher over there, you might be a bit nervous. Tell us a bit more about that.
Yeah, I think so. He should be. I am. We both should be. It's a huge occasion. It's a huge fight. Johnny Fisher, you know, someone asked me last night, like, you're good friends. Like, I've got a son. If he grows up to be half the man Johnny Fisher is, I'd be a happy man. This is not personal. This is sport. But I'm very confident I will do the job. Very, very confident. And, you know, that's not really my character, but I've worked really hard. And I genuinely believe this is my time to finally fulfill my potential.
One more for you, Dave. You've sparred both Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk. I am curious. What do you think is going to happen in the main event?
That's an interesting question while I'm sat on this side of the on this table. The two best heavyweights of my generation, I've shared a ring with both many times. I'm a huge fan of both. You know, everyone knows the regard I hold them both in. I personally foresee a Fury win, but these two are the greatest heavyweights of my time, and I'm so fortunate to be here to witness it in person, and hopefully it can be half as good as last time.
Nice words, and I like that you picked Fury despite being on the Usyk side of the table. Fair play to you, Dave Allen. Let's bring in Johnny Fisher. Dave Allen sounds ready to go. Dave Allen is very, very confident of upsetting you on Saturday night. What's going on in your head, Johnny?
First of all, I'd just like to say a massive thank you to the people of Saudi Arabia and His Excellency for the hospitality that I've received while we're here, my whole team. And yeah, I would expect nothing less from Dave Allen, the White Rhino, to be ready to go. That's what we're trained for. He's had 12 weeks, I've had 12 weeks, but I've been training for more than that. I've been training for 4 long years. And now this is my time to show people what I can do.
So tell me this, Johnny. What happens when you put a rhino and a bull together?
There's a possibility for some carnage, that's for sure. And yeah, a rhinoceros and a bull in the same ring. There's going to be fireworks, and I'm not going to take a backward step. I'm sure he won't. And I'm doing it for my family. I'm doing it to make everyone proud who comes and supports me, the people that are travelling over, but also the people that will be watching at home. I'm doing it for all of you, and you give me strength every time I fight.
And are we expecting a big knockout, a big bosh on Saturday night?
There'll always be a bosh, of course, but winning is all that matters. Victory at all costs, and it's an honour to be on such a big card, but I'm aware of what my job is. My job is to beat Dave Allen, whether that's in Saudi Arabia or somewhere back in England or anywhere around the world. I just happens to be on the biggest stage, on the biggest platform, but my job remains the same, win.
Just a quick one. Have you got a message for Dave Allen down the other end of the table?
Nothing. As he said, he's a good friend. But there's no friends in that boxing ring on Saturday night. We're going to be trading leather. And I'm sure I'll shake his hand before and I'll shake his hand after. But for now, when we're in that ring, we're enemies.
Thank you, Johnny. Let me bring in Eddie Hurst, sat next to Johnny Fisher a couple of seats down. A couple of things here for you, Eddie. Talk to me a little bit about this fight. And also, I've been watching your interviews. It sounds like you're also the chairman of the Tyson Fury fan club these days. You're back in Tyson to do it.
Yeah, thanks, Dev. Just to echo the words of Frank Warren as well, I think this has been the most incredible year. You know, they say, if you love what you do, you'll never have to work another day in your life. And this has been definitely my most enjoyable year in boxing so far. And I don't think myself or Frank or Spencer would have worked the way we have without the passion of His Excellency, because no one is getting myself and Frank Warren up at 5 o'clock in the morning to do a Zoom in our pajamas like His Excellency. And we do that because we share his passion for the sport. We like money. We all like money. And these fighters deserve as much money as possible. But we feel his energy, we feel his passion for the sport of boxing, and we embrace it. I think it's also important to say the change that we see in Riyadh and the country of Saudi Arabia. We first came here in 2019 for boxing. I think the country is unrecognisable since we came then. And not just through boxing, but the spirit and the energy and the positivity that the younger generation have, and the feeling among the people is something that I'm quite jealous of, being full of spirit every time I step foot in this country. And of course, what they're doing for boxing, as Frank said, is become the central hub for boxing. In an era where Las Vegas and London and New York took that title, now the eyes of the sporting world will be on Riyadh on Saturday night. So, of course, on this fight, Dev, Johnny Fisher is someone that's very important to us. And Dave Allen is someone we're very fond of. Two incredible heavyweights who should be nervous, because this is a platform that they've never been on before, the biggest stage of all. And regarding the main event, as I said to my friend Alex Krasik earlier, I've got a lot of history with Alexander Usyk, but I am back in Tyson Fury. Of course, he's the Brit. I've become fond of this gentleman next to me as well, Spencer Brown and the team. And I said before, I said, you're not like, I mean, because he's a good guy. You've got to be kinder to him. He's been your friend for a long time. If you heard the nicknames, and you as well, yeah? So you're going to be nice, and you're definitely not on the fence for this fight. Turki Al-Sheikh is back in Tyson Fury to do the business on Saturday night. The one thing I'll say, people ask me all the time, who's going to win this fight? I'll finish now, Dev. I said this, Alexander Usyk is an incredible fighter, and it will take something extraordinary to beat him on Saturday night. But I know we've had our differences. Tyson Fury is capable of extraordinary things. I think his victory against Vladimir Klitschko in Germany, I watched that in a hotel on a laptop in America. I thought he had absolutely no chance. He won every single round. When he fought Deontay Wilder in America, I thought he had absolutely no chance. He was robbed in the first fight. He smashed him to pieces in the second fight. Two generational great heavyweights, two credits to the sport. May God bless you both on Saturday night, but most of all, I can't believe I'm saying it, may Tyson Fury be victorious on Saturday night for Britain and get this championship.
Thank you very much, Eddie. Alexander Usyk here stared at you for most of that, so fair play holding your nerve there. Let's move things along. A brilliant heavyweight fight. It's the co-main event on Saturday night. There is a young man here who many believe that when these fellas retire, when Fury and Usyk are gone and this current crop are gone, this man will be the one to carry the torch forward and be the heavyweight moving forward. 19 years old, Moses Itauma, but he's in tough, he's in deep. Dempsey McKean is by far the biggest test of his career. And we'll start with Dempsey McKean here. This is 10 rounds, by the way, for the WBO Intercontinental and vacant WBA International Heavyweight Championships. Dempsey McKean, now, you've just heard it from me. You've probably heard it all week. All the talks about Moses and what Moses can do and what he's going to go on to achieve. But you are a 6'6" Australian tower, and you got your own plans, right?
Yeah, definitely. First and foremost, I'd like to thank His Excellency and the beautiful Kingdom of Saudi Arabia for hosting us, giving us a platform to be able to come here and fight and showcase it all. But yeah, it's all the Moses show at the moment, isn't it? But you know what, I don't mind. I'm kind of used to being the underdog a bit, especially with the Filip Hrgović fight. And, you know, I've had a really good training camp. My sparring's been good. Everything's been on point, and I'm ready to disrupt the Moses show come Saturday.
Okay, thank you very much, Dempsey. Let's bring in Moses Itauma. You've just heard from the man who is looking to disrupt the Moses Itauma show on Saturday night. What are you thinking?
It didn't sound believable, I can't lie. But I want to start off by saying thank you very much, Turkey Al-Sheikh, for giving me this opportunity to fight on shows like this. Like, listen, I'm just a teenager from Chatham. Like, it's mad that I'm underneath bright lights. I'm on the same table as Tyson Fury, Frank Warren, I mean, Eddie Hearn, Spencer Refer, Alexander Usyk. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for this opportunity. I'm going to take it with both hands. And I'm living this up as much as I can. It's funny though, like, I'm 19-year-old, I only turned professional last year. Dempsey McKean's has double amounts of fights, and yet he's the underdog. Listen, I'm not looking past Dempsey. For me, this is like my world title fight.
Thank you very much, Moses Itauma. Brilliant fight on Saturday night, Itauma against Dempsey McKean. Let's start talking again about the main event. Let's get a trainer's eye from Serge Lapin, part of the USYK coaching team. And Serge, you've got 12 rounds of data now as a team. What's going to happen on Saturday? Have you had to change much? Give us your thoughts.
Добрый вечер всем. Добрый вечер. Салам алейкум.
Good evening, everyone.
В субботу вечером будет противостояние двух боксеров. И один докажет еще раз другому, что такое настоящий бокс, что такое техника. И
Ladies and gentlemen, so this upcoming Saturday night, we're going to have the battle of two great champions, where one of current champion will prove to the other one that he is the stronger man, and he will perform what real techniques is, what real tactics is.
Усик чемпион, и суббота вечер это все покажет.
Usyk is the champion, and you'll see that on Saturday night.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Serge Lapin. Let's bring in legendary boxing promoter Bob Arum. And Bob, you are very much in the Tyson Fury camp. Give us your thoughts on Saturday night and where it sits historically as well.
First, I want to say to everybody out there that this is the way you speak English, not like my British friends. Right? There's no accent at all. It's all plain syllables. And it's so much of a delight for me to be here in Riyadh, to be with my friend, His Excellency, who we've become really friends, and we enjoy each other, and that's very important. And looking to the fight, I'm not going to talk about great fights and great fighters, because it will be a great fight, and these are great fighters. But I'm not only been Tyson Fury co-promoter, but also I'm a Tyson Fury fan. And if anybody had watched the second Wilder fight, first one, remember, was a draw, and Wilder hit him with a punch that no human being could get up from, and Tyson did. And Tyson, in the second fight, knew what he had to do, and he won that fight in real one-sided way. And I'm looking forward to him fighting in that way and being successful on Saturday night. That being said, he's fighting a tough, skilled Ukrainian. And personally, like many Americans, the Ukrainian people, how hard they've been fighting and what they've been accomplishing, fighting a much bigger country. And never, never, never count out a Ukrainian. And Alexander Usyk typifies the strength of Ukraine, but he's in on Saturday night with one of the best heavyweights of all time, Tyson Fury, and I'm very confident that our man Tyson will emerge victorious. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Bob Arrow. The Usyk side of the table. Let's pretty active actually on social media, hammering to get the job done. Tell us why he's going to get the job done.
Good evening, Riyadh. Beautiful, beautiful city, beautiful country. A little bit cold nowadays, but well, never expected. Thank you, His Excellency. Thank you, people, for organizing this. Listen, Alexander Usyk has been the champion on the road. He's a warrior on the road. As you just heard a couple minutes ago, we all for Tyson, we all together. In May here, last few months ago in May, Alexander Usyk proved to the whole world when he became undisputed champion of the world, winning against Tyson. Team already fought. We don't have nothing else to prove. We did everything. Every single fight Alexander fought, he never fought at home. He fought in UK, he fought in the United States. When we became here to fight in Riyadh, it's always on the road. Now, after he's been already undisputed, we're coming here and we have to prove again, which is no problem. We will see Saturday night, once again, Alexander Usyk. Thank you, and we will see you on Saturday night.
Thank you very much, Egis Klimas. Well, let's bring in Spencer Brown. And Egis Klimas has made his case for Alexander Usyk. What is the case for Tyson Fury?
Well, Tyson's done an amazing camp. He's lived like a monk. As you can see, he's very, very, very focused. He thinks that he's had something taken off him that he shouldn't have, and he wants it back. On Saturday night, he will get it back. And I just listened to what Bob said about never put down about the Ukrainians. They're great fighting people. They are. But don't underestimate a gypsy man, a traveling man from Lancaster, who has fighting in his blood right the way through his family. His great-great-grandfather could. They have a great bloodline of fighting men. They are also warriors. So do not underestimate this man. He's very focused, and we believe on Saturday night he's going to bring that belt back to England where it belongs.
Thank you very much, Spencer Brown. Let's bring in Alex Krasik. Alex, last time we had a press conference, you had a lovely short poem for us. I'm curious as to what you have for us, and I emphasize short here tonight.
Assalamu alaikum, ladies and gentlemen. Besides that, it's an honor to be back to the new Mecca of boxing, to Saudi Arabia, to the beautiful city of Riyadh. It's also a pleasure to be hosted by such wonderful people who we know. Who could ever imagine that a small, common, young kid from Simferopol, from Crimea, one day becomes the two-time undisputed? His dream came true. Our dream came true. His fans' dreams came true. There is a man in the kingdom who has a habit of making dreams come true. Your Excellency, thank you very much. And one more gratitude goes to Gypsy King. We know that he's not very good at making the rematches, but we must admit that courage and bravery lives in his heart. Tyson, thank you for being here. Just one day separates us from the battle and from its outcome. As they say in the wise book, the race is not for the swift, nor the battle to the strong. No bread to the wise, no riches to the intelligent, no favor to those with knowledge, but time and chance happen to them all. Ladies and gentlemen, let the Lord bless, accompany them in the battle. Good luck to the both of them, and let the best man win. Again, thank you.
Thank you very much, Alex Krasik. Let's get a final word from both main event fighters. Tyson, in 2015, before you fought Vladimir Klitschko, you told him his time was over and your time is now. Before you boxed Deontay Wilder in the rematch, you told him you'd fight fire with fire and go through it. What would you like to tell Alexander Usyk before your rematch on Saturday night?
Can't wait for Saturday night. Thank you, everybody involved. God bless.
Thank you, Tyson. And final word to the defending champion. You've been telling Tyson Fury you will not leave him alone. What is your message to Tyson as we head into Saturday?
Don't be afraid. I will not leave you alone. See you on Saturday.
There we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. We're going to pose for face-offs just for the main event now, very shortly. Thank you.
So there you have it. That's the final press conference, and that really is the talking done now. They may say a few words at the weigh-in tomorrow.
I ain't got no paper and the missus up me out. Ain't no staying up my mum's because my sister got the shouts.
Players, quite a lot of people on those two top tables, as many promoters, managers and trainers as there were fighters, but from the two main men there, it's in keeping with what we've had this week, because it's been kind of like a crucible this week, hasn't it? It's been intense.
I mean, I'm trying to work out, Andy, what would a delayed, cancelled fight, how many times they've come together on a top table. And I think I'm up to about 7 or 8. That's an awful lot in a 12-month, 13-month period or whatever it was. An awful lot of times that these guys have been together to announce a fight. Not, I don't mean, open workers. I'm talking about actually on a table. I mean, it's at least 6 or 7. That's an awful lot. I mean, most fighters don't go through that many press conferences with opponents in their entire lives. And they've done it together, I think, at least 6 or 7 times. Couple for the first one that fell out of bed, then one for the new one, then maybe one when they were here. This is at least the second time they've done this. The first, so we're on 7 or 8, comfy.
Yeah, no, it must be. It must be. And you can see that Fury just cannot wait to get to Saturday night. He knows he's 1-0 down. He knows that there isn't really too much he can say when that's the score, and he hasn't really attempted to say too much. Usyk had another great entrance there. They're still enjoying this. They're still going to town a little bit. Alex Krasik got quite lyrical. They still got that glint in their eye, Team Usyk, that they always have, like they know something we don't.
And in the past, they have known something that we don't. They've known how to beat whoever it is in the opposite corner. I'm looking at them there. I'm just turn around and I need to see this with my own eyes.
I got Tyson Fury by knockout.
I think that is a harsher, steelier look than we've seen in the past. That looks a little bit more serious than normal.
Fury ain't playing this time. You going to sleep? I like the music, but you going to sleep.
No one's breaking that, Andy.
No, it's going to be tricky.
No one's breaking that now.
To get them to turn away here, they might need a piece of paper to put it between them so that gate
This is quite fiery. This.
There's just a sense here that,
a real sense of something.
Something could happen, because you see the security just gather, and you can feel it. You can feel that whiff of cordite sometimes that something's about to go off.
And you never felt that at any other stare-off between these two. It's the first time I've been present at one of their stare-offs. It's probably about the full 4/5 stare-off. It's never been this intense, never.
And it's going to take one of the team members here to convince either one of them that this long stare down needs to be broken. They stared into each other's souls for 12 rounds, didn't they, back in May, and they saw no weakness, and they're continuing to do it now, and they still see.
They're still looking, but they've not found it, Andy. This is incredibly intense. It's maybe not going to set records for stare downs, but they've stared down now longer than they've ever done in the past, and it's about as intense as I've seen it. No comedy, no faces, just a glare and a stare.
Neither one is switching even a fibre of a muscle. They are absolutely still. They're like statues.
How long do you leave them, Andy? What do you think?
I don't really know how you go about separating people in this situation. I mentioned a piece of paper you can put between them just to break the gaze, but it takes quite a brave person, honestly, to put their hands on either one of these two in this kind of situation, because they're in the zone here.
Yeah.
They're not really aware of anything that's going on outside of this.
They have no idea. And what's interesting, Alec Krasik, who I would expect to be on Usyk's shoulder, he's not. He's 4 people back. And there's no one close to Tyson apart from Brendan, his personal security. So I'm thinking it's going to be Brendan touches. I'm not trying to see the body language of the people surrounding them, which way they fancy going, because this is really intense.
It's amazing. They're not even blinking. It's like looking at a pair of waxworks in Madame Tussauds. And this is important to them now. It's gone on this long. You cannot be the first person to look away.
Absolutely. After 30 seconds with a smile, you can do it. 40 seconds. But we've gone to a different level here. We've gone to a new arena for these two.
They don't even need to be this low.
Spencer Brown just craning his neck to get a good look over from the far side there. The cameramen staying exactly where they are. Alec Krasik just making a
signaling to.
Now what's happening? The stare went too long, they broke it.
We're not Alexander Usyk. He's never going to admit it, but we know it. You can see it in his eyes.
This is amazing.
I wish we'd have run a clock over this, Andy.
How long is this going to go on for? Because, as you said, we've got to the point now, so far past the point of no return with this. Somebody is going to have to look away, and neither one of them is going to give any ground here. It's who gets out of the sauna first.
Perhaps
nobody wants to get out first.
Perhaps we need here. This is when Frank Warren or Bob Arum. Bob Arum's left the stage. I believe Frank Warren has too. So we're left with other people. Maybe people that would maybe have a risk stepping in between them. Turki Al-Sheikh left the stage several minutes ago.
I think really he's the only person in this situation who can handle this, because if you're a team member of USYK or Fury, I would be very reluctant to try and tell either one of them, look, we need to go, because they won't like it. They won't take kindly to it.
And I can see Spencer Brown has now got closer. Krasik's moved a little bit closer. Krasik and Spencer Brown are laughing. I'm looking at their lips. I don't think they're talking, Andy. I think it's just the face, just the eyes, just the look.
And that's the scene. It's just encapsulated perfectly below that banner, reignited. USYK Fury 2. We're a couple of days away. And this week, as we said at the start, we hit the ground running. We were at full throttle straight away because we had the story from May. We had the narrative in place. We saw immediately. We did a sit-downs on Monday, Stephen. Anyone who went anywhere near Fury, you could get the vibe off him straight away, or off him, that things were different. Things were different this time. No fun and games. He wasn't relaxed at the start of the week. He just wanted to get down to business. And Usyk has always been that way. He's always been that way. And there's not really anything anyone can do here.
Andy, I think we might be up to 6 or 7 minutes here. I really do. I wish we'd have kept a bit of movement from Fury. Just his shoulders moving. He's not talking, but they are nodding at each other. So they're communicating with their eyes, Andy.
He threw us a feint there, Tyson, didn't he?
Just a little movement, yeah.
People might wonder why this is important. Why does it matter? You don't win a fight in a stare down. That's what people say. But when it gets to this kind of level, this kind of length, now it does matter.
And Lennox Lewis would disagree with you. He said, I'd win my fights at the press conference, at the weigh-in, in the ring before the first bell. Everyone talks about Mike Tyson taking people's souls beforehand.
Maurizio Suleiman is just
someone's pulling
to the stage here. Maurizio Suleiman is getting in the middle of the two of them. I saw Spencer Brown just kind of call him up, and they're trying to use him as that impartial.
They're slightly further apart now, Andy, as well. There are now hundreds of people surrounding, cameras, lenses everywhere, microphones being dropped in. The security are trying to work out an easy exit way. The two boxers are now a foot further apart. Tyson's shaking his head. There's a lot of people in the middle. Maurizio Sulaiman is pleading. He's pleading with Usyk, Andy, pleading.
It's been going 7 minutes, I'm told. What they're going to have to do here is they're going to have to make sure these two both reverse out, aren't they? Nobody's going to want to turn around, but if they get them separated by enough distance, eventually they'll lose that eye contact.
But Andy, they're in a standoff, a cul-de-sac of their own emotions. This is not going to be easy to reverse from. They're not going to break into smile, shake each other's hands and walk off and grab a soft drink on the way to their hotel rooms.
Well, somebody's holding up an accreditation there, and I think that was
to try and break the stare.
To try and break the stare. This is where Tyson Fury being 6'9" is really unhelpful, because if you have somebody the same height or a couple of really big lads, you could get them in there and block his gaze.
Maurizio Sulaiman of the WBC, he's now appealing to Brendan, big Brendan, who goes everywhere with Tyson Fury. Brendan's talking back, and I don't think it's necessarily very good what he's saying. No one's going to break these two. They're going to do this until at some mutual point, or worse, something happens.
Usyk's just kind of moving on the balls of his feet there. And people watching might be wondering, why doesn't somebody just get in?
Woo! There it is. Who you got? Who do you got? For the Nate Jones story, it's your boy Carcito. I'm out.